Dear women, you are the responsible one. You are the dependable one. Everyone depends on you. So why does it sometimes you feel a bit heavy, especially because you earn, you support, you show up for everyone, but when you sit alone at night and you open up your banking app, there is a bit of anxiety. You're not broke, but sometimes you don't feel secure either. You're not careless, but at the same time, you don't feel ahead. Today, I want us to talk about the silent financial struggle for every strong woman.
So, hi Jane.
Hi.
Why do strong women still feel financially behind?
Wow. Let me tell you a story about Faith. I'll give a scenario.
Okay,
Faith
okay.
is 33 years, a mom of two, and she's in corporate job, earning around 140,000 per month. Yeah?
Yeah.
She pays her rent. She has a young sister who is still in the university, so she pays for those school fees. She has an old mom, so she caters for medication for the aged mom. She has her monthly chamas to keep up with at least, sisterhood,
Yeah.
birthday gifts, church contributions, family emergencies. Then she travels for like to go to Shags every December.
Yeah.
And when she does it very fully loaded. People call her like, the pillar,
Yeah.
So but nobody notices about what's going on with Faith because Faith doesn't have any emergency fund as much as she's sorting everyone's out.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any investments. She doesn't have any like real estate investment. Basically, there is no asset under her name. And she's not irresponsible. She's just overwhelmed. Strong women often feel like they are financially stretched, not because they're emotionally stretched, rather because they tend to sort everyone out.
Wow, that's so deep. So
Yeah.
another question, does high income automatically create wealth?
I will say high income doesn't automatically create wealth. So to answer your question, it's a no.
Okay.
Because this is where we must be really honest,
Yeah.
Income will always sort our bills,
Sure.
but wealth will build options. High income can coexist with financial fragility. What do I mean by this? You can earn up to 200,000, but still panic when a job is lost, still panic when a relationship ends, or still panic when a medical emergency pops up. Because wealth is not what you earn. Wealth is what you own. And that's the biggest difference. Wealth is investment, wealth is insurance, wealth is retirement, ownership. Basically, wealth is creating financial boundaries. In Wealth Aware, I've tried to speak about how women can manage money emotionally, and they have to do it very structurally. And that is where the big gap begins. Strong women manage responsibly, but wealthy women manage systems. And there is a difference. And to all women watching, I want you to start managing your income very strategically and put good systems in place.
And I can also attest that Wealth Aware, women, make sure you read that book. It's very, very interesting.
Nice.
So Jane, another question. Why do we feel guilty building our own wealth as women, as young ladies?
Yeah, and old ladies too. And every woman basically will always feel guilty when it comes to building wealth. Let's go a bit deeper,
Yeah.
Have you ever saved money and then felt guilty because someone needed your help? Especially maybe that time you got a call from your sibling, they needed help, but you told them no, you preferred to like save that money. Or maybe you bought something nice for yourself and justified it in 10 minutes. We always do that. We go, we buy something, I buy a nice shoe. I always justify that. I'll even make calls to justify that. So basically in Wealth Aware, I talk about money emotions. I talk about fear. I talk about guilt. I talk about shame. And I talk about love. Women, we were raised to associate money with a lot of sacrifice. sacrifices.
Yeah.
We were praised when it came to giving,
Yeah.
but we were rarely taught on how to grow money. So take for instance, Anne, who earns very well, she wanted to invest in maybe a very good special fund or money market fund, or even just buy a bond, but that month her cousin, Aliu's cousin, called about rent. She redirected that whole amount of why she, like, the investment amount, and sent it to the cousin to pay rent. Then 3 years later, she has helped everyone around her, but built nothing for herself, because anytime she wants to, like, invest, an emergency from someone pops up, and that money, she redirects it to that. So overgiving without structure creates burnout, and burnout automatically destroys wealth. But hey, I'm not saying as women we shouldn't give. Please don't misquote me on that, but we should give with a structure, a good system put in place.
And let me mention about that here. As a woman, sometimes maybe your sister has borrowed you money. Sometimes you feel guilty about it. I've ever been in such a position whereby you can't resist to help as a woman, because you feel guilty at the end of the day.
True. That's how we were actually brought up, or rather that's how we are. Giving is part of us.
Okay, so another question, Jane. What is black tax doing to women's future?
Well, you're digging it deep completely. Wow. Most women are the first like to help out with their families. And that's now where black tax comes in. I'll call it love tax for this matter. So most women are the hope. Most women are the emergency fund of their families, and most women are the soft landing. But here is the uncomfortable truth. If you collapse financially, and everyone depending on you will automatically collapse with you. So love tax, or rather black tax without boundaries, becomes generational stagnation.
So next question, Jen. Why are we waiting for life to stabilize? We as women, why are we waiting for that life to stabilize?
Wow. This is a silent trap. I'll invest when my siblings finish school. I'll save when I get promoted. I'll start when things try to calm down. But life does not stabilize. It keeps on evolving. If you wait for a perfect condition, or you will keep on waiting forever for that stability to come, that stable situation to come. But honestly, life will always keep on bringing something new. Siblings finish school, then something pops up. They finish school. We have old age parents who need us to be like to take care of them. So basically, life will always keep on evolving. So there's not that perfect, stabilized time. And so most strong women will always keep on living like with the survival mode situation. But wealth requires a good strategy mode.
Okay, wow. So Jane, how do we transition from survival to wealth?
Wow. Because we need to move from survival. Awareness is the first step. Then strategy is the second step. Now let's at least shift that and do it practically in a calm way. At least number one, you can even start with 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund. But if you're told you're a businesswoman, at least put aside around 12 months of that buffer. It's necessary for every woman to have that. Then separate your money from the wealth money. What do I mean by this? Money for your bills, money for everything. At least put aside money for your wealth now. The money that you use to achieve your goals, to attain those assets. Basically, your wealth money should be separated. Then start investing small. And basically, when I say start investing small, stop putting that money maybe just lying in a bank or like what most women do, an MMF. Try achieve and see after I put this money in an MMF account, what else can I invest in? Can I look at the rates from like the bond rates? Are they better, or staying in money market is still better? You weigh your options, but as long as you start, be courageous enough and come to Japesh. We train you on stocks, and you start building your stock portfolio. Then 4, track your net worth. How many of us know their net worth? Do you know your net worth? This is basically assets minus liabilities. And dear women, that is number 1 I think you need to do after watching this video. Write down all your liabilities, write down all your assets, and then subtract. That is your net worth. And it's okay if you find your net worth being negative. It's okay. You can start building now to have a positive net worth. And number 5, increase your income intentionally. You can at least gain a skill, an extra skill that can improve your income. You can maybe start a side hustle. You can grow your business and expand it. At least start making that, if you're in a professional woman, you can start doing consultations. Basically, at least start earning an extra income. And number 6, make sure you insure yourself, because protection is non-negotiable. And finally, heal your money stories. We all have those traumas. We all have those money stories. It's time to start healing them. And reflect and ask yourself this, what did I learn about money when growing up? Am I living in fear or from a point of vision? What does financial peace look like when it comes to me? You don't need to become so hard on yourself. You just need to have a good structure. I want to say this gently, to all the strong women, you are not behind. You are not only like burdened, and that burden can be reorganized. You don't need to stop like loving your family or living your life. You just need to love your future self too. Most of us, we don't struggle because we are weak. No. We struggle because we carry so much and we don't have a good structure in place. As we celebrate this International Women's Month this March, let's choose wealth, not survival, not exhaustion, not silent pressure. And I would advise every woman to at least get a copy of Wealth Her Way to get the knowledge needed, or they can enroll in our Wealth Builder Masterclass, because we just don't talk about money. We build boundaries, we build confidence, we invest, we have good investment strategy, and we build wealth systems. Comment Her Way if you're choosing intentional wealth. See you in the next conversation.